Hey, what's up everybody? This is Flashback Toys and Collectibles, and today I'll be opening up Man-at-Arms from the Masters of the Universe Origins toy line. So this was new in 2020. Here's a look at the packaging. Man-at-Arms, Heroic Master of Weapons, Modern Posing, Retro Play. Let's take a look at the back. On the top here, it shows a battle with Man-at-Arms against a character that we can't see. I'm going to guess it's Skeletor. Then off to the left here, it talks about some of the features with Man-at-Arms. You can fit mace into hand. Well, that sounds really exciting. And twist into powerful battle positions. Now let's go ahead and open this guy up. So I like to just cut the bubbles off the card back and save the card back only. Alright, the bubbles should be loose now. There's my card bag without the bubble. They can be stored with the rest of my card bag collection. Let's cut Man-at-Arms free. A couple bands on the back here. So here's what comes inside the packaging. We got a mini comic, some armor, a weapon, and the Man-at-Arms figure. So here's the mini comic, Beast Barrage, and inside we got a battle with Skeletor, Beastman, Teela, and He-Man. So here's some extra armor for his leg and arm. That can strap to the bottom of his leg right here. And then this can strap to his arm right here. And here's his weapon, or the mace is what they're calling it. And that can go in his right hand. And just to let you know, this figure did come with another piece of armor that attached up here on the arm, but I used that for a different figure, so I do not have that available to show at the moment. Now let's go ahead and check out the articulation with this figure. So the head can swivel back and forth and up and down. The shoulder can pivot out and around. The arm can bend at the elbow as well, but that joint's really tight. And this piece of armor keeps wanting to fall off here. The hand can swivel around and in and out. The waist can pivot back and forth. The leg can pivot towards the top and at the knee. And then the boots can swivel around, and then the ankle can bend as well. Now let's compare this figure with the original Man-at-Arms from 1982. So you can see the armor looks pretty similar there. The armor on the new figure is kind of a soft, pliable rubber. And on the original figure, it's more of a soft plastic, so it's a little bit harder feeling. So let's compare the two heads now. So one major difference you can see here is the new figure has a mustache. So in the Filmation version of Man-at-Arms, he always had a mustache, but the toy version from the 80s, he didn't have a mustache. So I always thought that was kind of weird that the mustache was not present on the toy. So that's cool that they did add that feature on the new figure. The color of the helmet is a little bit different. On this guy, it's kind of a bluish silver, and on this guy, it's kind of a really light blue color. Also, you can see some hair popping out the bottom of the helmet on the new figure. And on the original figure, there actually is some hair that looks like it's popping out at the bottom of the helmet, but it's painted the same color as the helmet, so you can't really tell that it's hair. The color on the main body on the new figure is a little bit brighter green than the original figure. Now one feature I do miss with the Origins toy line is the Power Punch feature that's on the old figures. You can spin them at the waist here, then let go for the Power Punch. And on this new toy line, there's none of that. You can turn them at the waist, you can turn them all the way around, but there's no spinning action. But you can take these guys apart and customize them with different arms and legs fairly easy, kind of like a Mr. Potato Head. So you can pull this guy apart at the waist. You can also pop his head off, his arms off, and his boots. And then if you wanted to, you could swap all kinds of parts onto this guy. You could put He-Man's head on this guy. You could put Hordak's head. You could just change the parts to all kinds of different things. Now, one thing I just noticed with this figure is the belt is painted blue only halfway. And on the original figure, it's painted all the way around. So that's another difference between these figures. I'm not sure why they only painted half the belt. That's kind of weird. Now, just for fun, let's try a couple different head swaps to see what this guy looks like with different heads. So let's start off with He-Man on a Man-at-Arms body. So I guess that works. It's really strange seeing He-Man on this body, but it kind of works. Now let's try out Skeletor. And surprisingly, that kind of works because he kind of has a green color on the face that matches the skin color here. So if I was to custom paint the hood orange, this would actually really work well. I'm surprised. So here's my final thoughts with this Man-at-Arms from the Origins toy line. I like this figure. I do have a couple small issues with it. One being the armor for the arm keeps falling off. I mean, I'm just barely moving the arms and this just keeps falling off over and over again. So I'm a little disappointed in the design for this armor. And one other small complaint I have with this guy is his hand seems to be deformed. All the fingers are kind of going this direction. But besides a couple of small issues with this figure, overall I think it's pretty cool. And I really like how they added the mustache, which would be more true to the Filmation version of Man-at-Arms. Okay, it's now time for me to go. If you liked this video, if you could, hit that like button, and please subscribe, and have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time.